Hey guys, it's Jer. So today I kind of want to talk about an experience that I've been kind of embarrassed of up until this point, and I didn't really share it much, but I want to talk about it because I learned from it. And I'm not so embarrassed of it anymore. Like I look at it and I realize I learned and grew from that experience, and maybe I should share about it because maybe it might help someone else. So when I first came out, I got into a relationship and with my first boyfriend. We ended up getting to a point that we both realized that, hey, we're not really meant for one another. And what I ended up doing was almost directly after, I went and I was like, I've got to find someone, I don't want to be alone. And I went and found somebody, connected with them over like a couple of weeks. Like we talked online, and then we met up and hung out and spent time together. And within a month, we were boyfriends. Like we ended up being boyfriends. And during that time, I was also getting ready to move to California from where I was living in Colorado. We talked, and somehow or another, I convinced him, we agreed that he should quit his job and we should both move to California together. Great plan, because we both were head over heels for one another. We were in love and we were going to have this fantastic life together. And I really believed that. I really believed at that point that, oh my God, we are like perfect. This is amazing. But in all honesty, it wasn't like it was amazing. It was cool to have someone else around, but I didn't connect with this guy. I had just set up in my mind that I had really connected with this guy and convinced myself that he was the perfect one and we were going to spend our lives together and nothing was going to stop us. And people were like, wow, that was really rushed. Like, you're rushing with this guy, slow down. And I wouldn't listen. I flat out refused to listen to anybody because I knew what I was doing and this was the right thing. And I just wouldn't listen to anybody. We moved to California together, and as we lived together, it started to become very obvious that while I could see this guy as a friend, I could not, like the more I questioned, like if I could see myself with him, like spending our lives together, I could not see it. However, I continued to try to convince myself that yes, this is perfect, we're going to make this work, we're going to push through and make this work. And sure enough, it got to a point where I was like, no, I hate living with, like, he's a cool guy, but I hate living with him because I feel like I'm wasting both of our times. And I was like, it was frustrating because I had moved him all the way out to California with me, and I was like, I can't really just move him out here and then break up with him. I don't know what to do. And we continued on, and our relationship, I think at that point it had been like 2 months. Like we had lived probably there for about a month and a half. So maybe 2.5 months, 3 months tops. And I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I need to do what's right. And I need to talk to him and let him know what I'm feeling. And so one night I sat down with him. I was like, we gotta talk. And he's like, okay. And so we talked, and I was like, I don't see this working. Like, I love you as a person, but I don't see spending my life with you, and I feel like you need to know that because I don't want you to continue to waste your time, and I want you to have a chance to find someone that's right for you and for me to find someone that's right for me. And as I was telling him this, I expected him to cry or to break down or to be upset, but it was like a face of relief, and he was like, I have felt the same way, and like, this is freeing, like this helps because I've wanted to talk to you about it, but I didn't know how. Like, you put in all the effort to move me out here, and then I was like, I don't know how I'm going to, well, he was like, I don't know how I'm going to move forward after this, but I agree, like, this isn't working, this doesn't work, like, we rushed. And I was like, and then I'm relieved because I was like, yeah, he didn't cry, he didn't get upset, he's on the same page with me. And so then we sat down and we discussed and we talked about how to move forward. And I was like, you can stay here and we can be roommates, and you can stay here as long as you need, and I will help you get on your feet here. Or if you want to move somewhere, I will help you get to wherever. If you want to go back home, I'll help you get there. And he ended up telling me that he wanted to move to Nebraska with his dad. And he asked if I would be willing to help getting him out there, and I was, and I actually did help him move to get out there. It ended on good terms, so I feel like sometimes we rush into things that should be kind of more serious or whatever, that we feel are more serious, and then we have to try to figure out how to backtrack. And I think the best solution for me was just to be honest, like to be honest with myself that, hey, this thing doesn't work. Like, I could connect with someone much more than this, and I know that, and I know he's not the one. Like, I gave it the best try I could, but I know and I feel in my heart that he's not the one that I should spend my life with. And then after that, I had to be an adult, and I had to be responsible, and I had to sit down and actually talk to him and talk about this tough thing. But it ended up working out because, like, he felt the exact same way. So really, you don't ever know what someone else is feeling until you talk about it. So yeah, that's my suggestion for anybody who is maybe trying to move on from I guess rebound, but somebody that has helped you like transition from someone else. Like, the best way to move on from that is to admit that, hey, I rushed into this and I was a little bit irresponsible with it, but now it's time to fix it, and then just get in there and fix it. So I wanted to share that story because whenever people ask me, I always say I had 3 boyfriends. My first boyfriend, a second boyfriend where I lived in California, and my third, Stafford. And each of those were long-term boyfriends, and so I consider them actual boyfriends, but I don't usually talk about that guy after the first one. And then now whenever a relationship ends, I try to take things really slow because I don't want to hurt somebody else. I don't want to bring somebody into something rushed and hurt them just because I was feeling alone or I needed someone to help me transition. I've learned to just transition on my own and move forward. But anyway, so that's my story. That's what I have done and how that changed me and how it affected me and what I do differently now. And I hope it helps somebody. Maybe you have a different solution or thoughts or maybe your own story. Feel free to share in your comments below. Also, if you haven't yet, please like the video and share this if you think it might help somebody else. Also, subscribe. The subscribe button is somewhere down here. Hit that subscribe button and then hit the little bell button that will alert you whenever I make a new video. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Love you, and I will see you soon. Bye. Mwah.